What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the internet? It is your host, Ghost here, and I'm joined with
Specialist. How's it going, guys?
What Up, What Up? And you are watching the Tough Shit Podcast, the only podcast where we speak our mind. If you don't like it, well,
Tough shit.
exactly. Today's topics, well, we only got one topic today, and it's going to piss a lot of people off. And that topic is the one, the only politics. We are talking presidential elections. We are talking senators. We are talking House committee. We are talking all the trash that needs to be burned in Washington starting now. Here we go. So I watched the debates the other day, and I didn't think I didn't think Pence did bad, not bad at all. What did piss me off was that the only thing the news could talk about was the fly that landed on his head, and that he had a vein in his eye that bursted, so he had a little bit of red in his eye. And they focused on that and the fly landing on his head, and that's it from the whole debate. And I'm like, dude literally talked for an hour and a half. You didn't hear a single word he said because of a fly and a little blood vessel. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, because who was it? Who did the news? Who were you?
No, I'm talking. Yeah, it was Democratic news. That's what I'm saying. That's all they focused on.
Yeah, there's no, there's nothing they can say as
It's
far as
ridiculous, dude. It's ridiculous.
it's politics. It's getting to the point where they don't have to hide and be coy about what they say because everybody knows the truth.
Yep.
Everybody knows a politician is as dirty as
My
dirty
underwear. Hey.
underwear. I mean, if they are, you can't fucking trust them.
You can't, dude. It's ridiculous. And then another thing I want to talk to you about. Sorry, this is off topic, a little bit off topic, but it's still politics. So, we all know Nancy
Oh
Pelosi, who I can't
God.
stand. So she came out the other day and she tried putting out this amendment that said Amendment 25 or something like that, that said if the president is unfit to serve, he can't serve, and goes the vice president. She tried to say that because Trump had COVID, he could not serve. Trump was in the hospital for like 2 days, and he's like, "I'm over it. I'm good." And now he's back in the White House.
Yeah.
And she's putting this thing out saying that like he's not fit to serve. And I'm sitting here thinking, everyone's like, "Oh, she's trying to get Trump out. She's trying to get Trump out." No, she's not. You Democrats don't realize she's already planning Biden's exit. That's
Mhm.
exactly what she's doing. She knows that she's setting this amendment up to bring it up, to point it out. This amendment's here if we need it for next year, wink wink, if Biden gets elected, wink wink. Because what their plan is get Biden in, pull him out the first year, and then have Kamala Harris be the president. That's the Democrats' plan.
I could see that, but at the same time, she hates Trump. She
I know.
absolutely hates Trump. So I
That's their
there,
plan.
Trump was already in trouble when the whole COVID thing happened
Yep.
because I mean that they did their best to keep him out of the office, which
Mhm.
is the dumbest thing I've ever seen because he can run the country from the hospital. He doesn't need to
Yeah,
be in it.
exactly.
I mean, that's the whole point. They made he's out golfing half the time anyways.
Mhm.
So I mean, the nuclear suitcase never leaves his side. Like there is always people on standby in the Secret Service that are in that hospital that I mean, everything needs to run the country is with him at all times.
It is. It's true. And I just don't understand it. They're just trying to make power plays for no reason whatsoever. Well, there is a reason for them, but the problem is they get too cocky and they make their move. It's like playing chess, okay? And it's like me and you were playing chess, right? And I look at you and I say, I'm gonna move my pawn 2 spaces, and then I move my pawn 2 spaces, okay? That gives you that extra time to think. Why is this idiot telling me what he's doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Instead of letting you play, and if you didn't notice, you didn't notice.
Right.
That's what they're doing, is they're making sure they announce their dumb plans before they try to execute them, and then they can't execute them. So it doesn't make any sense.
Well, another thing is that these people that are in these high positions of power fail to remember their whole purpose in that office is to serve the people.
Exactly.
That's literally your job. And instead of chasing your personal goals, you need to better the country instead of bettering your fucking pocketbook.
Exactly.
And that's everyone is selfish to a degree. Everyone. I don't care who you are. And
Well, you have to be. You have to be somewhat selfish in life because you have to take care of yourself first. Period. I don't care who you are. I don't care how selfless you are. You have to take care of yourself, and if you don't take care of yourself, it's going to lead to depression, suicide, mental illness, and other issues that you don't want to deal with. So always take care of yourself first, then
well,
others.
based off of the insecurities. All these
Yes.
people are very insecure. Now, I know there's a psych evaluation before you even get considered to be a pre. I'm sure it's about the same as entering a police department. Like
Yeah, there
department.
is. There is a
Probably,
psych evaluation.
I'm sure there's psych evals. I'm sure their background checks probably go back to where they were born.
Yeah,
So I mean, as far as there's somebody that's getting paid,
somewhere. Yeah.
and instead of, I mean, I'm sure it's some lowly guy that has to sit there and listen to these people talk, and he's not making this jack shit. He's probably making what we make.
Right.
So I'm do pretty good for myself, but in no fucking way am I rich. You know, like
Right. Right. Middle class. I feel you.
yeah, middle class. That's it.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you're, I mean, you got some poor dude that is very susceptible to pretty much anything. If somebody offered you $1 million to lie on a psych eval or whatever,
Oh yeah. Past.
it's
Past.
hard to not do it, even
Yeah.
if you're a good moral fiber, which most
Yeah.
people are. But well, I'm not gonna say most people anymore, but
Yeah. Not
people
most
that
people.
typically are
Yes.
hard to get in there as a middle class individual in a position like that. But when you got the money to throw around, I mean, it's all formality. Like
Yeah.
this is not how the country was designed. We shouldn't have millionaires running
Well, the
the country.
problem is capitalism took over, and I'm gonna say it took over in the late '60s,
Mm, yeah,
and then from there, it never stopped.
because honestly, there's a conflict of interest. If you have, now I'm not saying if you pick up some quote podunk farmer and expect him not to go ape shit over the amount of money he's like pushing through, you know, but
Right.
there should, I mean, the people that go for that position, they don't comprehend life like we do. They've never had to deal with hardships. I
Right.
don't know what you say. Trump's
Well,
hardship,
some do. Not Trump. No, not Trump, but some do.
I guarantee you, Biden has never had to deal with it.
Oh no.
Biden was born with a silver spoon up his
Yep.
ass.
Yep.
Trump, Trump was too, but at
Yep.
least he took care of the people.
Yeah.
And now he's so sidetracked with fighting off all the other politicians that are trying
Well,
to get.
that's the one thing I will say about Trump is he's a true American. Like he does care about America at his heart for real. Like he's a
Mhm.
patriot. Like he makes him mad when workers aren't getting treated right. It makes him mad when soldiers are disrespected. It makes him mad when, we have to go to a war with weapons that don't work or stuff that doesn't work. And I understand that. It should make you mad if you're a if you're a true patriot, then that stuff should anger you. It's hard to say true and that word together. True patriot. All right.
I, I don't know. People are so disillusioned with, well, lies essentially, because
Yeah.
these kids in college, we're going back to the Antifa thing, that think we have it so bad in our country.
Yeah, they
At
don't
least
know anything.
At least we get a choice in almost everything we do.
Exactly.
And most of the shit we don't have a choice in. I mean, it's probably for a good reason. I mean, it's illegal as fuck half the time. So, but you
Right.
got these kids that have never seen life. Their mommies and daddies paid for their college, and they go to Berkeley or they go to all these places, and then
Yep. Law
when they
school.
when they don't get their way and some shit happens, it's suddenly the end of the world, and America's horrible. Go to North Korea and try to go into a fucking election. Go to Russia,
Exactly. Russia, you get poisoned by Putin.
right? So,
Nerve gas. Nerve
I
agent.
mean, you can't. We live in the greatest country on the planet,
Yes.
in my opinion. We do. And if you don't feel that way, that's fine. You can fucking leave.
No, I agree. But it's the best country. I don't know if it's the greatest.
I truthfully believe so, because you can come from a your dad's a garbage collector, you know. You can
Yeah.
come from that and become anything you want.
Yeah.
Granted,
With
you don't fuck
with
it up.
money. Well, you have to have money too.
I've seen people. You have to have ambition.
Yeah.
You can get the money if you
Yeah.
really
Yeah, that's true.
go to college. You can go to college through the military. Yeah,
Yeah.
you always run the risk of dying doing something like that, but at the
Right.
same time,
But
I mean, no, not many militaries around the world do that either.
right.
There's very few that will pay for your college. Now, the life sucks. I've been there. Okay, it sucks. You don't get the fancy luxuries, and you get to respect it a little more. I think that's why I'm
Right.
more open minded about it, because I went to bed hungry. Or I didn't even have a bed. I slept out in the fucking woods in the mud
Right.
and didn't get showers. We're lucky if we got 3 meals, 2 meals really. We didn't even get 3 square meals a day half the time. So
Right.
you still, I mean, it's still a life and it's still an honorable career. And then you can leave when you're done with your term that you signed up for and you volunteered to do it. So don't bitch about it if you're in there, because it's not that fucking bad.
Right.
Okay, like, you still have people that care about you. So, and you can become whatever you want.
Yeah.
I'm about my GI Bill to put myself through an academy.
Nice.
So, I mean, I don't want to be a fucking doctor, but I very well, if I had the ambition to do so and the
You
smarts,
could. Yeah.
I'm not smart enough. I'll be honest. You don't want me in your
You could
gut.
be a foot doctor.
I could be a foot doctor. No,
But yeah, you
that
got some messed up toenails. Because
I'm ripping bitches out. No, but I don't I don't care who you are. It's really not that bad here. And if you think it is, go look somewhere else and
exactly.
tell me how bad it
How
really
about
is.
you go to Africa? Tell me how that is. Tell me how living there is, where they have no electricity, no water, not even a mirror they can see themselves. Nothing.
Well, Africa, they have some nice cities, but
Well, I'm talking
they're
like
a rural
real.
area,
Yeah.
and it's not Africa. They're broken into so many different
Yeah.
warring states now,
Yeah.
like Democratic Republic of the Congo and shit like that. But I mean,
Another one is God. What is that city that's always full of mopeds? India. Look at India. Could you imagine living in India, where you have 100 million people in one little area, and everybody's got a moped because you can't even fit a car down the road?
yeah, I mean, another thing also is like the equal opportunities for women. Have you seen the way most of these things happen? Like in any other country,
You ever been to Iran? You ever been-
any other country, I mean, you can't even walk out of your house without a male escort, because
and they will kill you.
they will stone you, cut off your
Yes,
hand, something,
they
humiliate
will
you,
kill you, beat you
all
to death.
just because it's against the law. So
Yeah.
once I see successful women all the time, they're
Mhm.
doctors, lawyers, they do whatever. They're in fucking Congress. Don't
Mhm.
tell me you don't have equal rights. And don't tell me it's that bad. Now, at one point, yeah, we kind of fucked up. You
Yeah,
couldn't vote, drive. You didn't have a say. You couldn't even smoke at one point.
but we
But
fixed that kind of in the 1920s, which was like how many years ago? Oh, 1,000 years ago. So,
no, 1,000 years ago.
well, 1920s, and it's what,
Around,
2020? Yeah,
like
isn't it 1,000 or
100.
100?
It's not. Well, it has been about 100 years. Yeah, not 1,000. You
I
non
was gonna s-
motherfucker. No,
100 years.
I mean, even before then, there was still restrictions. I mean, it probably didn't clear up till like the 50s. But I mean, the world changes and it takes time. And
Yep.
we're not perfect. America's not perfect. We have our fucking our flaws for sure.
Oh yeah.
But it's still amazing. It is truly an amazing place to live. Yeah, there are places I'd like to go and live, but this is also a country where you can literally apply like you're applying for a job to come in here. You work for a year and you have a fucking citizenship. You can
Right.
join the military and instantly get a citizenship. So,
It's true. See, I've always been a huge fan of the Japanese culture. Like that has always been kind of my favorite culture out of anything. The only thing I don't like about their culture is the work ethic. That's way too hard of a work ethic. Like, I am not down for that, 21 hours of work days, like
that's
ridiculous
just
amounts.
how they express themselves.
Yeah. But
That's
I
who
love
they.
their culture. I love their style. I love the way they do things.
Well, here's another beautiful thing about America. It's a melting pot.
Yes.
You
Yep.
can be whoever you want to be.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna
It's
catch
true.
you.
It's
So,
absolutely true.
yeah. And you know what's also good? We get to do this.
Yeah, say whatever we want and not be in jail or get arrested or have
Never
the army come in and kill us.
worry about somebody banging on my door and yanking me out of the house in the middle of the night and nobody ever seeing me again.
Yep. Actually, we heard that I had a guy from Wales. He's from Wales,
Mm-hmm.
and he was in. We were talking to him in Mexico when we were down there, and he said it's actually I love coming here on vacation because I can say what I want and not have to worry about the government coming after me. Because like there, you can't say anything about the government without them snatching you out of your house or arresting you or giving you a fine or beating you for whatever reason they feel like beating you. It's crazy.
I mean, it's freedom of speech, man. You gotta love it.
It's
In the end,
awesome.
I go over well and people still get pissed off, but I could say and have my own opinions and you can kiss my ass.
It's true. If you don't
And
like
you
it,
do,
tough shit.
yeah, or you can come over here and say hi.
Right.
I don't really care.
Well, my thing is, I'm not going to say who I'm going to be voting for, but because I don't want to give a strong impression, but I will give a somewhat of an impression. I'm going to say first and foremost, guys, go out there and vote. Every vote does matter. Um, I don't care if it's Biden, Biden, the vitamins. All right, I don't care if it's Biden or Trump, guys. Go out there and vote for whoever you feel is strongest. Screw it. Go vote Kanye. You know what I'm saying?
No, don't do that. That'd be
Dude, imagine
well,
Kanye as president. That would be
that
nuts.
last a month before America.
That would be so funny though. That would be hilarious, dude. He'd be playing his own music after before every presidential announcement.
That'd be so bad.
But all right. But what I'm trying to say is, guys, don't vote on your feelings. Don't vote on I don't like this guy. He makes me mad. Vote on policy. Please do your research. Please look at each one provides and decide for yourself which one works for you and your family best. But don't just say, "Oh, we got to get Trump out of office. Let's vote this old man Biden who's about to die in 2 days and get him in office."
Well, no, but look at his policies and what he plans on doing, and then the impact
Exactly.
pause on the people and the economy, because you think it's bad having Trump in office. What's going to
Yeah.
happen if he tries to pull all the guns off the street? You know how many people are going to die?
And
A
then
lot.
unemployment, people get thousands of dollars a week and we get nothing. Like, that's what it's going to be under Biden. And I'm like,
But
nah, thank you.
you to decide. We're
That's
not.
up for you. Yes. So, yes, look at their policies. Please read them very carefully, understand them. Do not, if you have a news source that you trust, don't 100% trust any news source. I don't care if it's CNN. I don't care if it's Fox News. Don't trust any of them 100% because they both have their own agendas for what they want in there and what they want to get done. So please follow what you guys think. Go out there and vote. Read the policies, and that's where I'm going to leave it. You want to add anything to that?
I'm good, man.
All right, guys. So that's where we're going to leave it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If we offended you, I'm sorry. Just kidding. Tough shit.
Okay.
I've been your host, Ghost, joined here with.
Specialist.
I hope you enjoyed, guys. Adios.
Adios.